Hey, October Codebus, aka Danger All Around, and our topic for today is social anxiety. When you have a friend or relative with social anxiety, you can't make them go out in public and think it'll help, and just say that if they talk to enough people, they can get better. That talking will help them get over it, but that's not true. Because it's a serious problem. It's not something that you're just not used to talking to people, and so it makes you nervous. Talking to people more will only freak them out. If you do make them go out in public, it's probably not going to help at all, but more likely to give them a panic attack. Because I know that when I'm in big crowds, it gets hard to breathe, and I just want to scream and shout and start hitting people. So maybe there's a better way to help them work out their fears than taking them to a concert. Well, treating people with social anxiety properly is really important to me because all my life my dad's mentality on my social anxiety is more just toward get over yourself. It's not a real problem. And that really bothers me because I just can't talk to people. So now that I'm getting older, when we go out in public, he'll do things like say I can't get more water unless I get it myself. And I'm like, okay. Wasn't that thirsty. I need the most vital thing necessary for a human to live. I'll just sit here. So I'd actually prefer to go out in public and not eat or drink anything than have to talk to people. He just lets me not eat or drink anything. So he just pretty much lets me not eat or drink anything when we're out in public because I won't order it myself. People with anxiety are a lot like people with bipolar disorder. They're genetically wired to have this issue. So you can't just throw them out and say, this is life, you have to deal with it. If they're your friend and you really want them to be able to go out in public without worry, then you should take them into it slowly. You should start by bringing them with you to meet a new friend that they haven't met but it's a good friend of yours. And then possibly take them to some small parties, just you two and a couple of other people that most of which they know. And then you'll work their way up until, and you can start off by talking to people they don't know for them and then trying to get them to talk to them a little bit themselves and helping them when they choke up a bit. And eventually, help them so that they can hopefully work on their own. But it's not necessarily going to work. You can't expect them to get better because they aren't necessarily going to. I feel like this is a major issue because people don't generally take anything related to mental illness seriously, like it's a real disease. Telling somebody with social anxiety that they just need to get over themselves is like going up to somebody that has the flu and saying, Jesus, you're not even trying not to throw up. They can't help it. They're stuck like this, the way if you have the flu, you're stuck throwing up. Just remember that you have somebody in your life that's important to you with social anxiety that you need to help them through it, and they're not necessarily going to get better. So you need to learn to accept them as they are having those issues, but still try as much as you can to help them be themselves and to get over it. That's all for today. I'm October Codebus. I hope you liked this video, and if you do, please click the like button and go ahead and subscribe. You can also find me on other social media such as Tumblr and Instagram, and I'll leave links to that in the description below. I'll think of a clever outro later.